stud buds. Like, I didn't even know who these women were. I've never seen them play not 1 millisecond of basketball. But I know they be wearing straps.
Well, the only difference between crack cocaine and cocaine is sodium bicarbonate and water and heat, literally. That's it.
And those things are pretty much free if you go to like a science store.
This is free.
What the f*** is a science store?
Your neighborhood convenience store.
And why would the things be free
anyway,
there?
I don't want to tell people.
So then when people question you...
No, hold on. No. This is why I don't like. Because you sitting here trying to villainize this man. If you go and look at
I try to villainize every man.
No, I'm not going to let it do you this time. Because if you go and look...
Y'all need to unionize at the JBP. That's all I got from this article. Like, that was my main thing. I was like, wow, they make so much money. And then I was listening to the show and nobody was up in arms. And I was like, what? I would be burning that condo down to the ground.
But it has to wear on Rory. Because I can only imagine if I'm the only one who is reacting and putting myself out there, getting put onto the blogs, having people having conversations about, like, if I'm always the one who's the center of that, like, how do I know you got my back in these situations?
The whole company, that was a company trip.
He was feeling himself.
Everyone knew.
Yeah, that's his boo. That's his baby. That's the love of his life.
Yeah, no, they're going to be together.
Yeah. This is like my dad used to always say, man, don't let your wife stop you from finding the love of your life, man. Don't get mad at us, big dog, because Rich hit you up on the phone and said, hey, you need to apologize real quick, real fast. I can understand why Jasmine wouldn't do it.
And why it doesn't, no, I don't, because it doesn't.
I was saying her beef with Marjorie.
It does not matter. That's what I was going to say. I think it's extremely childish and petty for you not to vote for a bill that you agree with because somebody that you have beef with presented this bill. You are a United States representative. Like, we don't give a fuck about the beef that you have with this lady if it means that you're giving more money to people who are children in the streets of fucking Gaza. This podcast is sponsored by Graffiti Tax Services. For all your tax preparation needs, you can go to graffititax.com. We're going to put the link right here. It should be somewhere. And yeah, you can head to them during tax season. And if you have any financial or tax preparation questions, head to Graffiti Tax Services. They're our new sponsor. Thank you to Graffiti Tax Preparation Services. That's it.
Your whole life is revolved around talking about other people's lives.
What the fuck do you think your ass is doing on that podcast now?
My parents told me the funniest story the other day.
What happened?
About like some of their retired like adventures.
They be going on mad adventures.
But it was just like, it was something
they
like,
outside more than us.
I mean, they don't work. They get to work and collect old people checks. But no, so their friend had came into town or whatever, and they wanted to go to like a museum. They wanted to go to like a restaurant in Atlanta in the city or whatever. So for some reason, they just randomly Googled like a restaurant, and they met there. And my parents go there. They sit down. They chopping up with their friend, and they start looking around. You know, other people, the little cohorts. You know, the other people who are attending the restaurant or whatever. And they start noticing like men are taking shots off of each other and like being really giddy. Is it a
restaurant or is it a bar?
It's like a bar and restaurant.
Okay.
And so they're like they're getting really, really giddy in the area. My mom's looking around. My dad's looking around. Like, oh, what's going on here?
Where were they at? You know,
I don't remember the name. I think like it's been like scarred in my parents after this moment. But they said everybody was pretty cool with him. And my dad was like, I should have known it was a funny guy bar when they called me Zaddy when I walked in. I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, he's a grandpa technically, but
they should have called him Grand Zaddy.
Yeah.
But no, that was hilarious. I was sitting there like, y'all should probably like, you know, do a more in-depth Google search.
It don't matter if the food was good and they had a good time, then the goal was accomplished.
Yeah, but my dad, he's a baby boomer from the 50s. You know, he's okay with the squirrely guy, but he's still not like outwardly like, oh, whoa, okay, yeah. He's like, that still shocks him when he sees men kiss on television.
Oh,
like he's like, whoa, what's going on here?
I don't know why I thought Pops was just like,
he's not like
cool. Like,
I mean, he's cool. It's just
we love the gays.
He's not against them. It's just still his sensibilities grew up in a time where seeing that still, provokes a reaction, not a negative one, or like one that he's like, oh, stop that, funny fella. He's not doing that. He's just like,
stop that, funny fella is so stupid.
Yeah, he's not taller than guys.
Did they take any shots with any of the gays?
Nah, they didn't do any of the shots. They just went there to eat.
I feel like Shirley would have took a shot if I was there.
Nah, these old folk. Man, if you was there, yeah, but
like, first of all, she be ready to get lit with me. She be the only one. Frederick's family is so subdued compared to mine. Like they're
true.
so.
You seen when my dad had the party. It was lit that was there.
I was at that party like, wow, it's very quiet and subdued at this party. Nobody. You haven't been to my family's gatherings compared. So I get why you think your family is lit. I'ma show you something. I'ma learn you something.
I'm definitely going to the corner.
I'ma learn you something. Like you can literally not even hear yourself think.
I could probably, that's
you haven't even experienced just me and my dad together drunk.
Well, yeah, that's definitely an experience. Like, where did he go?
We just yelling. Nobody's mad. Yelling.
Yeah, that's one of those are the moments where you're like, where did he go? That's everybody asks.
Yeah, Frederick just be disappearing.
It's just like how Batman just goes off into the corner.
That's a question that I am going to have to answer so much for the rest of my life. Where's Frederick? At this point, I don't know. He's safe. Safe and happy. Like that's all I can tell you. Like past that, it's out of my hands.
You're now listening to Talk FNF TV. I'm your host, Absurd Rhetoric. I'm with my lovely and amazing and gorgeous co-host, Miss Farrah.
Hi guys.
Oh, shit, I forgot to. Let me go add that in there real quick.
Hurry up.
That's 8.
Give me my. Thank you.
That's 8. All right, so we got stuff to get into.
Really quickly, I would like for y'all to notice, if y'all are listening, I want to tell y'all that my fan matches my jewelry.
They were supposed to. They could have caught that. You could have.
Not if they're listening.
You could have waited to the minute, the end of it, the middle.
That needs to be brought to their attention immediately.
All right, so there's been some disrespect in the highest order. These podcast brothers are going. They're insane. They just think they can go out and just say whatever they want.
There's been a lot going on. So there's a couple sentences that this man has said to me this week that I'm like, excuse me? You said what happened?
Well, this happened today. So I told you before who Jeff Teague is. He used to be the Hawks point guard, like probably 5, 6, 7 years ago.
Sure.
And he has his own podcast called 520. It's on the Volume.
Of course he does.
And they all do. But basically, he violated. So I'm going to play this clip of him on his show, what he said about King James. It was entirely disrespectful. And then I'm going to debunk it. So I need y'all to hear this because this was insane.
Which Bron was better?
Miami Heat Bron.
Miami Heat Bron.
Miami Heat.
I'm going this Cavs Bron because this Cavs Bron had a 3.
Man, y'all crazy. Miami Heat Bron was, I ain't gonna lie. He was on steroids, bro. He had to sit out. He was on steroids for real.
Now give me
like legit was on steroids, bro. I'm allegedly, but like he
had to add that in there because you wildin'.
Like
there goes the Clutch Sports allegations.
Y'all remember that though?
No.
When they was like he got everybody. They started testing for HGH, and they was like, yo, and he had to sit out. Like he said his back was hurt, and he sat out for like 3 weeks, and he came back skinny. This is just I remember, and he came back in. He was crazy though.
Did that happen?
I'm gonna break it down real quick. So a lot of the stuff he said there was like factually incorrect in the manner that he discussed. So first he said Miami Bron was the best Bron. LeBron James played for the Miami Heat beginning of 2000, the first part of 2010, 2011 season. He played there and he ended 2013, 2014 season. When he said LeBron took a couple weeks off, that happened the next season. That season happened when he was with Cleveland. He went back to Cleveland.
Yeah.
So he was there for, I think it was like 3 weeks. Yeah, he was right about that he sat down. The league didn't start testing to HGH to the next season. So
the next season after he went back to the Cavs.
So after, remember, basically the story that he presented, he took 2 seasons and matched them together. He took a break one season and then they started testing the next season.
Okay, if you gonna put these types of allegations on this black man's jacket, this Black King's jacket. You better be well researched, sir.
But a lot of them been getting reckless like that because when I was looking into this, I saw that Kevin Garnett had actually made a joke or comment regarding saying LeBron was on some type of juice. And then there was this guy named Chanel Sonny. He's like a UFC fighter. He was on Flagrant 2. And on there, he actually described the drug that he said LeBron James was on and said what it did. Basically helps like blood circulation and flowing so that you can recover faster and can play and do things longer. So it's not necessarily something that will make him a better basketball player. It just makes him be able to continue doing what he's doing at a high rate. So again, it's all alleged, but this is what these are people who recklessly have attacked LeBron. And for the most part, what I've seen, there's never been anything where like no lawsuits have been filed. Nobody's been taken to court for it.
No, he's obviously still in the NBA. Reputation intact.
I'm talking about defamation. Okay. So like him filing a defamation suit on any
Okay,
people.
yeah. No, he hasn't done that.
So I've always thought that was surprising, especially when the Flagrant 2 thing happened, because like that was egregious. Seeing this one here, I know this is kind of like joking because Jeff Teague did eventually come out. He did a post where he was like, I was just playing you. I didn't like this because he said, y'all are weird. Talking about like the fan reaction was
when
weird.
You the one that said the weird shit in the first place.
You in the studio on live. Nobody's stopping you from saying anything that you're saying. And you mad at us.
And then, like, even if you on live, you then could have edited that out. You could have edited that out easily.
Afterwards, but once you got it on live, you can rewind it.
Yeah.
And go back and just copy it. That's what people did.
Okay.
The thing
You
is,
didn't post it on YouTube?
They did post it on YouTube. They streamed it on YouTube. But they can't go back and you can if you're watching a live, you can go back and rewind it. Don't get mad at us, big dog, because Rich hit you up on the phone and said, hey, you need to apologize real quick, real fast.
Really quickly, though. Because I've heard the rumors about LeBron juicing, and there was something having to do with Savannah around that rumor.
So that is
she said that like she was taking him or something like that, right?
So what was
allegedly
going on? So the story kind of what had happened was this happened like in 2013 where he was under a federal investigation. There was apparently a trainer that she was working with and one of his partners was working with as well. And they were supplying them with some type of supplement. And essentially that's what they said it was theirs. There was no finding that LeBron was doing anything. The investigation kind of, went away from there. But if anybody would think anything,
she put the coke in her pussy.
Essentially, because this is the same LeBron James who hid having surgery because they found a mass in his jaw that they thought at one point was cancerous, and nobody knew.
Y'all gotta be in my business. See, y'all gotta know what they cutting open and taking out of me.
But be able to keep that secret when you're one of those. It was happening in 2009. He was one of the most high-profile players in the world.
I mean, everybody in the hospital can't say anything, right?
The hospital can't, but come on now. They got Kobe's pictures out and about.
The day.
Yeah, so it's not.
Yeah.
It's not hard at all, especially in 2009.
I would say that a hospital is a more controlled environment than just out in the wild.
But no, like I said, man, it happened in 2013. If you look up what else happened, September 2013, that's when they got married. So, I mean, what you want to do? You want to put a 1-to-1?
Period. He was like, nah, you a real one, for real.
Yeah. I mean, if anybody would.
She been holding it down, though.
We speculate.
She had been holding it down. Allegedly. This is all alleged. This is all from the foundation that is shaky in the first place, and we're building off of a shaky foundation.
But if you put 2 and 2 together, they had been married already. I mean, they had been dating and had 2 kids already.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like they was in a rush to get married. And then this investigation happens later on that year. Let's just say it makes sense why he sided with Savannah during the Drake beef.
Yo, you saw them outside?
That was wild.
LeBron was like, they not like us. He was really like.
No, the cameraman sucked though. Because every time they said Drake or any of the salacious lines, they took the camera off of LeBron's face. I didn't like that. I peeped it.
And then there was another clip of LeBron somewhere, and they played What Did I Miss? And he was just sitting there stoically like.
No, I didn't see that. That might have been Fugazi.
Okay, I saw that. He was just sitting there.
I mean, it does kind of diss him in that song a little bit. So.
He literally, that's mostly about LeBron.
Yeah, for the most part. So I can see him not being happy. But I did see another clip. I'm not sure if the clip that's going around is from last summer or not.
Really quick, What Did I Miss? That's a crazy concept. I thought you guys were my friends. That's what that song is about.
Yeah, he has a lot of songs like that.
Like
some of his best songs are about that. Don't betray me. I will make a music about you.
Honestly, if you're being betrayed consistently on a regular basis, like every other year, maybe you're the person that's the problem.
But see, this is why.
Like, I think maybe Drake might be the problem. Did you hear Top 5 got stabbed in the neck?
Yeah, I seen the stitches.
Oh my God.
It's getting real.
This man went
was
to
in London.
He was like, ain't no killers over here. And the killers was like, oh, really?
Yeah. Hey, blood. Hey, bro.
In it. Stab.
That was deep, too. Like,
that was
very
like
deep.
Immediate karma.
I couldn't imagine. He could have died. That was near his.
He could have fully died.
Isn't it jugular?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was right by his jugular.
Now, he's lucky to be alive. And I'm sure he's going to swiftly shut his mouth after this.
Oh, you don't know Top 5.
You think he's going to run his mouth even more?
For sure.
He's going to keep running his mouth until they take him out.
They're going to call him
for
Top
real.
Scar, though. I would call him that now. Top Scar.
I don't know. I don't think that
Scar 5.
we're gonna have to network it, workshop it,
workshop it a little bit.
We're gonna have to workshop it. I don't like that. That don't roll off the tongue. I don't think it's that creative.
Yeah, but overall, man, y'all brothers got to just stop with these allegations on LeBron. I understand it felt like when you was playing against him, it was an unstoppable force of nature, and you can't comprehend how you fail in comparison to him. But the hate, that kind of hate, got to stop. I'm good with legitimate hate, but that Jeff Teague, that wasn't cool for you to try to put that on the fan base, because what you was doing. You was trying to be a sucker to Bron. But y'all can't be messing with the Clutch Boys, man. They're gonna come after y'all.
Yeah,
it's really that simple. I'm imagining how.
Because why even bring that up?
Because they hating. he never beat LeBron in a series. I don't think he beat him in a game in the playoffs. So like,
and now you're not even gonna beat him at podcasting.
Oh no, he gonna body you.
Yeah.
I just imagine what that call would have been like when Rich called him up and was like, "Bro, what are you doing? Like, are you serious right now?
Mm-hmm.
Like this man is one of the greatest players." I can just imagine him going in on Jeff T. And then Jeff T. I'm sorry, Brian. My bad. I'm a post right now. My bad. I got it.
You ever been checked about some shit you talked?
Who, me?
Yeah. Because you talk a lot of hot popping shit.
Yeah, I mean, nothing that I would feel like I had to go back on. I mean, somebody came to me and was like, they didn't like what I said, and I just doubled down on it.
Of course you would. Have you ever apologized, nigga?
I've apology most of the time I give.
And meant it?
If I've really done something to somebody where that wasn't my goal, or I do feel bad about the repercussions of my actions, or the results of my actions, then yeah, I'll apologize. But most of the time it's like, I'm just sorry that you feel that way. That's
not an apology. That's
not.
A dickhead. I say that all the time though.
Yeah. Sorry that you feel that way.
Yeah. I'm sorry that you perceived my actions wrong and your feelings led you to be in a shitty state of being, but that's your fault.
Yeah. And to me, like, this feels like kind of going into the Drake thing too, where like the downfall that he's trying to predict of him. It just feels like all of this kind of is playing up to, because everybody keeps saying Drake is going to expose LeBron.
For what?
Next, them like going back and doing two mans back in the day.
Okay.
Trying to break it. Remember he said we going.
That's
to
why
destroy your
Savannah
image.
don't like Drake. You saw everyone being like, "Yo, she hated that nigga." Drake had LeBron outside.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And he was like, it was like precise. Like she probably couldn't even send the PI to be her out there, because it was like he couldn't find nothing.
Yeah.
The PI was pissed off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Too many NDAs being signed. There's no evidence.
LeBron would have never got caught at a Coldplay concert.
Definitely not. That shit was crazy.
Can I just say this? We don't have to talk about it. Can I just tell you?
Not talking about that.
A man who's cheating on his wife with a woman the same age, I promise you, he loved that woman. That was the love of his life.
No, he hates his wife.
Like, he loves that woman more than he hates his wife.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
the way they were hugged up in public with the whole company. That was a company trip.
He was feeling himself.
Everyone knew.
Yeah, that's his boo. That's his baby. That's the love of his life.
Yeah, no, they're going to be together.
Yeah. This is like my dad used to always say, man, don't let your wife stop you from finding the love of your life, man.
If you wanted to play some shit that a white woman ate, like her statement that she put out, that shit was eloquent and swift. I was like, who wrote this? Lady fucking Whistledown? Like, what is happening here?
You didn't hear what I said.
She white womaned it up OD. No, I didn't hear you because I was talking. And you know what happens? I got a bone to pick with my husband. I'll literally be in the middle of telling a story and he'll start a whole different conversation while I'm still speaking. This has happened multiple times. And I'm here to tell you and him that next time he does that, domestic violence is going to happen.
Well, at least I got the evidence to show the authorities.
Yeah, no, lock me up. Throw away the key. I'm putting my hands on you next time that happens.
See, and when y'all see us on the news, Bobby and Whitney, that's what you want.
And I'm going to be Bobby.
That's what you want us to be painted as?
Yeah.
Whitney used to win, so okay.
Okay.
You can know.
No,
you Bobby. Take your L. Bobby used to get his ass whooped. All right, so I guess we got to give a little shout out to Joe Budden. He was on the New York Times. They did a op-ed on him or whatever. It was really a puff piece. I'm going to be honest with you. I read it. There was no detail, no journalism, no in-depth research. They didn't even like mention the Rory and Mal breakup. I think it was probably like one sentence that they even brought it up.
How long was the article?
It was probably like 3 scrolls, like a little.
Yeah, it wasn't
too crazy.
So it wasn't going to go in depth.
But no, they could have. Like, to me, that was like quite literally a puff piece. There was no kind of like any kind of journalism into it. It's just talking to Joe and Ian the whole time. And they just was flexing, talking about we make $20 million a year. The cast pay $1.5 million.
That's what I was confused about because should the entire cast of like 17 motherfuckers, should their salary not be a little bit more than 1.5 million if the total revenue per year is 20 million? Is the talent over there not being grossly underpaid?
It would seem like it because, I mean, generally in a business, you would think, well, 25 to 35% you would expect to be allocated to the actual work. But then again, we don't know how much he's paying for the back end stuff.
No, we don't. But they said that their biggest bill, the thing that they spend the most money on in the article was the talent. So everything else they're spending less money on. Joe and Ian are literally pocketing so much profit.
Oh, for sure.
Versus the rest of them. And I know that like Joe carries the show on his back. He's the reason that everyone is there. But also like we wouldn't tune in to listen to old nigga Joe yell on the microphone by himself by the millions on a weekly basis at all.
No,
the
concept, like I said, they didn't even really kind of go into that, into the actual concept of the cast. How do you bring this to life? Like how that's the part where
they said they were independent contractors.
Yeah, like
which also just lets me know that like he's practicing like giving them as little as possible.
Well, it's not just
as little money, as little benefits.
Benefits is more than anything. Not necessarily as little as possible financially, but the
no, we already know that from the 1.5 out of the what percentage is that?
That's probably not even like 6%.
Like that's a little bit insane to me.
It's 6%.
And I would like to know if you could look it up real quick. What is the average like spend for a company to pay out their employees versus revenue? Like I would like to know.
I said generally for most companies, like a retail store, something like that, you would be like expecting most general companies like either 25 to like 35%.
Y'all need to unionize at the JBP. That's all I got from this article. Like that was my main thing. I was like, wow, they make so much money. And then I was listening to the show and nobody was up in arms. And I was like, what? I would be burning that condo down to the ground. You would hear the gasoline being spread. Like y'all would have to come arrest me. That's crazy.
So, and you know, he just purchased those condos too.
Yeah.
So and he was buying crazy amount of cars.
Waterfront condos in New Jersey.
Like I don't even want to hate on that because that's what I feel like it's getting to. I really just want to discuss the journalism in the op-ed because it was really just subpar with that. As I said, it didn't get into, like I said, Rory Mal didn't get into any kind of in-depth with the cast. It didn't discuss like any of the ads. Like he did this one thing they kept saying was like, we try to have like 3 main ads at a time. And then we circulate that, which is obviously the finesse for it. We just tell people you can bid to be one of these 3 ads. And the way that we integrate you in the ad, it's kind of hard to tell what's an ad and what's not. So you don't really know if it's 2 other ads in there or if you're one of the ads. You just know you hear your product being discussed in a favorable manner. So, I mean, like I said, it was a very empty piece. I really feel bad for that journalist who wrote that. Like, to me,
Jessica Testa.
You couldn't discuss anything with anybody outside of that, that's the part that gets to me. Where it's not even, you could have found confirmation from somebody outside. There was no like other source besides Joe and Ian. And then just whatever they viewed what was going on.
I mean, it's an op-ed, so.
But it did wake up a lot of conversation. It definitely did.
What types of conversation did it wake up other than Joseph is robbing those people up there?
So you know Brandon Jennings, we just discussed him before on the show. He's on Gil's Arena. Mm-hmm. He does the podcast with Gilbert Arenas. And he was trying to give big props to Joe in regards to, you know, the recent success and the piece that came out in the New York Times. And he said, Joe deserves it. He got rid of salt and pepper. Business started booming, and the cast is way better, man. Joe retweets
That's arguable.
That. No, but Joe then retweets that, you know, being appreciative
course,
and whatnot. But he claims to say he deletes his post after that because he claims he didn't see the salt and pepper part because that's dissing, you know, Rory and Mal. Mm-hmm. And he said he didn't see that. He never would want to disrespect the son of Jake, which he was just saying, you know, he was just dissing Mal in that moment too. But Rory responded to
what he say.
So I'm gonna bring up because they went back and forth.
Because he's been making mad jokes about wanting Rory back. When a nigga like that make that many jokes about something like that, he's not joking. Like, he wants Rory back, and he will get rid of Ice and Ish for Rory. I petition for it.
And then this is how petty Rory is. Rory retweets what Brandon says so everybody can look on the timeline and see he started it. And then he goes, last time I seen Brandon was at Highlight Room. He went out of his way to speak to me and tell me how much he respected how I handled everything with Joe. And then he called Joe a goofy or whatever. I said, until you and Mal settle y'all issue or whatever. I'm just paraphrasing because I don't want to cut all this out. He said he wasn't comfortable speaking to him. And that, you know, they would just settle there. He told him Brandon told him he was going to give him some merch or whatever. And then Rory was just like, you know, my daughter, I'm not lying. His dude was on some weirdo shit. You can congratulate Joe without shitting on us, basically. Mm-hmm. Then Brandon responds.
Oh.
Like I said, it was a back and forth that they were going to. He said, for one thing, he said it like it was 10 seconds they was talking about Joe, but then he came with like a bigger post the next day. I guess Brandon, you know, we talked about Brandon. He ain't got to get his thoughts in order. He ain't, you know, quick on the draw with it, you know? So he comes back the next day. He says, in 2021, Rory, when I saw you in the corner, teary-eyed, yes, I did come up to say, keep your head up. And if you wanted gear, that's what it was.
Teary-eyed is a drag.
He said, if you wanted that gear, was it? Well, he wanted gear. That was it. We never spoke on Mal or Joe. Don't do that. You was in the club looking for sympathy. You got a little attention. You wanted relax, buddy. So do you remember, did I tell you about why him and Mal beefing? Mm-mm. So Mal used to kind of be like a personal assistant thing to a lot of different professional athletes. Mm-hmm. And he used to work with Brandon Jennings. And I believe once he kind of started working with Joe, he just kind of left that circle with Brandon. But Brandon had purchased him like this Jesus piece that was kind of like part of the team thing. You know how guys just give you chains, be like you part of the team. And so they got into it one time, and Mal came back to the show and discussed like they falling out, and he had the Jesus piece on.
As Mal would. That's some shit Mal would definitely do. You should have known your friend.
That was so crazy. Seeing him with the Jesus piece on, talking trash to Brandon, basically saying like, oh, some people just, they get out of their body and all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. Whatever it was, it just seemed like some ego stuff.
Yeah, 100% some man shit.
But I wanted to ask you this because I've been noticing a trend of when individuals kind of come at Mal and maybe they chime in and throw Rory into the side. Rory always seems to be the one going in head first, talking to the person who's like trashing. Like even when I think like Torre said something about Mal, he said he brought it up on the show. And that's just like, I'm kind of getting tired of the same old where somebody talk about y'all and it's just Rory being the attack dog.
You think Mal tried to come off as a real nigga so bad because he's actually not that at all, and he's actually a big bucket of pussy in real life?
I don't want to believe that. But the whole like just putting the laughing emojis every time,
like you're much too nonchalant at this point. I don't think you can chalant.
To me, there's some people you don't have to respond to, but I feel like Brandon Jennings was somebody, the history that y'all have had together. He even went on Joe's show one time because he was supposed to wake it up on him, but he ended up leaving early for whatever reason. Y'all, it's time for that to be hashed out because he's literally always taking shots at them on Gil's Arena.
At this point, I just think Maul is a liar. I think he lies about his lifestyle. I think he lies about the type of nigga he is and how upstanding of a street nigga and the type of man that he tries to convey himself as. I think he's lying about being a vegan because the nigga has not. I've never seen a bigger vegan in my life. And for you to have been a vegan for that long, like, are you just eating hot Cheetos? Like, I don't understand how you that big at all. I think Maul is a liar.
I can see that.
And I think Rory has attached his livelihood to this man at this point. Mm-hmm. And you can't. Rory could probably pivot one more time. He might have it in him, but I feel like Rory doesn't have. I feel like Rory doesn't have the energy to pivot anymore. So he's like, let me just defend our brand every time it comes into attack.
But it has to wear on Rory because I can only imagine if I'm the only one who is reacting and putting myself out there, getting put onto the blogs, having people having conversations about, like, if I'm always the one who's the center of that, like, how do I know you got my back in these situations? Or what does it even mean your place in this if you can't defend people who are coming at you? Like, that main thing, if you listen to Brandon's tweets,
I think Rory's
going at them.
I think Rory probably knows that Maul generally has his back because they both left Joe together. Mm-hmm. And to my understanding, it was Rory first and then Maul following Rory, right?
It was more Rory brought the actual...
Rory woke it up because he's not pussy.
Yeah, he woke...
And then Maul followed him because Maul's a big bucket of pussy.
No, it's not. It was more so... Well, you could see it that perspective. It was more so... Rory put the idea out there in regards to what potentially could be happening. And when Maul caught wind of how egregious the claims were, that's what kind of pushed him to like, no, this is what we do.
Caught wind when you was a part of the whole thing in the first place is crazy. But he was not paying attention.
Yeah, he said that it wasn't until it got to that point. Granted, you have my lawyers are doing my lawyer thing, so I'm not really worried about that. So I can see once it got to a point where, dang, we not getting no headway. My lawyer keeps telling me we not getting no headway. Now I'm gonna explode.
Yeah, and he smoked weed. Like, if you smoke weed and you vegan, you should be much thinner, Maul. Like, I don't
think he should be like a stick or something?
He much thinner. And he don't work out. Like, what do you... I mean...
He might, I think Maul might forget
that. Big boned.
I think he may forget bread sometimes is not vegan.
Yeah, he probably just be eating hot Cheeto sandwiches for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, it's like be eating fries and Beyond chicken nuggets. It's processed, Maul. Just eat a steak.
That's crazy. All right, so I do still have some more Joe Budden related topics to get into. Mm-hmm. So first I'll start out with RIP to Malcolm-Jamal Warner, formerly known as Theo on the Cosby Show.
Yes, tragic drowning death of a strong black king, and he was with his daughter, and I'm sure his daughter is never going to look at a body of water and not be traumatized ever again.
Yeah, and that's why I don't be playing with the water, yo. Like, you be wanting to get into the water and get on boats.
I'm never gonna get in the water at night by myself with a child. At night? Yeah, it was after sunset.
Oh, okay, well, not that night. Not that night.
Well, after sunset, I'm not getting in the water in a different country with a child.
Was it Costa Rica?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just, man,
his daughter was 8. Like, she can't help you, nigga.
Nobody could really, once it's
a tide, yeah.
Yeah. So once that happened, it was over with. There was really nothing you could do. So it was really tough, like, seeing, the reaction to the situation. But Melyssa Ford had actually did an interview with him about 2 months ago. Mm-hmm. So it was exposed in the midst of the actual day it was announced, where she changed the title to the last interview or the final interview for Malcolm. That got a lot of people like up in arms about it, which I think rightfully so.
Yeah,
and
I think to profit off of his death.
And the justification behind that is she actually changed it back.
So she knew she was wrong.
So she knew she had did something wrong, correct. And it was a little eerie because in their conversation, they had a like really deep and kind of like intimate conversation about death and legacy.
I heard a little bit of it.
And that was kind of like wild To not only have that in the interview, but then to try to put more attention onto it by putting the final interview. That to me, that was just disgusting behavior.
Yeah.
Like people try to attribute it to similar how like the news reports on things. Clearly, if she changes the title, she's not standing on it. So why would anybody else do it? Like that didn't make sense to me.
Because people have parasocial relationships with people. You feel like you have to defend somebody who's not even defending themselves. They've already admitted wrongdoing, and you over here standing on a soapbox that they not even standing on with you. It's really weird.
And then Joe was tweeting, "Shake my head."
Yeah, she looked crazy. She's been looking crazy for the past couple weeks, though. It's been a couple instances where Mel's just been not looking too good, girl. I need you to get it back together. Go on a silent retreat or something. Get it.
She actually did. She's doing a movie right now, so she wasn't on the next episode of the pod.
They said that she's going to be gone for the next 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like either a suspension or we could be doing a movie, but I think it's more so a suspension again. She just be wilding.
She do.
That was, to me, because a lot of people thought Ian had something to do with it. He even tweets like, "Nah, don't put that on me. That wasn't me."
Plus, what type of Tubi movie is she doing if she only gone for 2 weeks?
I mean, you can get some good shooting done.
I mean, she might be doing a Tyler Perry film.
Nah, they just went in. They went crazy on Tyler Perry. They not going. Tyler Perry's not bringing Melyssa Ford on after they did that little piece about his butt escapades. They not doing that.
I wonder when we're gonna get updates about Tyler Perry's situation, because we haven't really gotten anything.
Oh, they about to settle. Don't worry, we're gonna hear that soon.
Shannon settled.
Yep.
And that lady retired from OnlyFans. Did we talk about that last week?
No, we didn't talk about. Well, he just announced the settlement earlier this week.
Okay.
So no, we didn't. I didn't actually took it off the list of us to talk about. But
we don't have to like fully get into it. We mentioned it. The lady stopped doing OnlyFans because she got a bag from Shannon, and then the lawsuit. They settled. They said that it was a consensual, tumultuous relationship.
Yeah, just it was kind of funny though seeing the clip go around where he said he only gave his daughter $30,000, and now you just gave this random white woman probably like millions. Like you really that's like karma for you.
This is the type of behavior where like it justifies people who say that black men are the weakest link.
She got a point there. Like, I don't understand why you would be happy for like your daughter. Like why would you like revel in you only giving your daughter a small amount of money?
That's your child, and now a white
wedding.
woman is going to retire her entire bloodline from your dumb black ass.
Like just imagine if you just would have spent the money that you probably would have gave Gabby that weekend on your daughter. Like you not see Gabby for like 2 months because you gave your daughter the money. Look how much less trouble you would have got into.
Yeah.
All right,
you made your bed. Now you got to lie in it.
All right, let's get into this WNBA conversation that's been happening.
The WNBA All-Star Weekend, that's what this was. They've been cutting up. I didn't even know what it was. I just been watching the Stud Twins.
Stud Buds.
Like I didn't even know who these women were. I've never seen them play not 1 millisecond of basketball. But I know they be wearing straps. And I like that. This is the type, I've said this over and over again. Like I need between plays, give me the Stud Buds, like a little clip of them. That's how y'all gonna get me.
Man, it was like Sodom and Gomorrah with all these clips that was coming out, man.
It was so good.
They was dancing on it. Like there was stuff you'll never see the NBA. They was dancing on each other erotically.
And where were they?
What'd you say?
Where were they?
I think they were in Indiana.
Yeah, in Indiana, lit. Imagine if they were in like Atlanta or LA. If the WNBA All-Star Weekend is ever in Atlanta, I'm gonna be outside.
That's all it takes.
Yeah, no, I want to be outside with the tall,
Stud Buds,
with the tall lesbians.
They not lesbians. They just girls.
They not lesbians.
Not all, Stud
not
Buds.
all of them.
Yeah.
I'm not saying all. I want to be outside specifically with the tall lesbians.
You looking for the Stallions?
Yeah, I'd feel so protected.
You feel like Asia look out for you?
Yeah.
Asia Wilson.
Yeah, OD.
No, it was funny just seeing like a lot of their different personalities kind of seep out. Like you even saw like Caitlyn like really like opening up with them.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
You got to see a lot of them look good, man. Like I said, it's not, to me, I don't have a problem with what I'm seeing. I just want to have a bigger conversation because they also had a protest during the actual WNBA game.
Yeah.
Which, if y'all haven't seen, I have a clip where I go into comparing where the WNBA is now or then and the past with the NBA, and a lot of stuff that I'm about to say here was things that I said that the girls had to do. One of those was start a whole nother league, which they did, where they had like a 3-on-3 full court league that was just going on.
That's what Angel did, right?
Yeah, Angel just did this past one. So I said, needing to create competition in America. So we've done that already. So that's at least a start. Now they're discussing strikes and potentially holding out, because a lot of people are having this like misconception about what the WNBA players want. If you can be stupid and think that they want to be paid just like the NBA players, but that's not even the case.
That's what Caitlin's shirt said, though.
No, it said pay us what you owe.
She said, no, Caitlin's shirt said pay me like the NBA.
Oh, it did? I didn't know.
I saw, no,
Caitlin, no, that
you,
had
you
to be
can you can
clickbait.
continue talking while it might have been it might have not been real.
Yeah, that was clickbait. They all wore the same shirt. But what I was just getting at too was people don't have an idea of how these things work. So in the CBA, it's split up pretty much a particular way. The players only got like 8 to 9% of the revenue. So of all the money that's generated, they only get 8 to 9%. And the owners are split up between the NBA owning about like 42% and the other owners owning the other, I think it's about 42, 43%. So essentially, upper management is controlling a large portion of where the revenue is going to.
Yeah, Yahoo Sports did a article about how it wasn't a real shirt. They edited her shirt saying "I deserve NBA money," which, go ahead, girl.
I mean, y'all got to get it NBA revenue first, but salute. But I'm not against them wanting to have a better split. If you look at back when we discussed in that, I believe I said that in the video, the men had like 60%, like 63% early on in negotiations. And then slowly but surely they were weaned down because the businessmen said, hey, we'll make the pot bigger, meaning we'll generate more revenue if you give us a bigger percentage, which, I mean, it can easily make sense if you think about it. If we only got if we're only making $100,000 and I got 60% of it, but then you say, if I give you 50%, 50-50, the pot's going to go to $1 million. Well, I'm going to take that. That's way more money than what I was getting in that. I'm maybe 5 times what I was making, or our pot. Well, my salary is now 5 times the pot.
Math.
The old pot anyway. So no, that's why I hate hearing people. I was actually having a conversation about this with somebody, and with every talking point, I kind of broke it down to the point where it's like, you just don't think the women deserve any kind of respect because no one's asking for the same money. They do need to ask to play more games. I will say that. The season does need to get longer.
How long is the WNBA?
Like 40 games, not even that.
Versus
82 in the NBA.
That's crazy.
So it probably need to up the games.
Y'all could probably get paid more if you played more games.
Yeah. And then they even try to say like, oh, well, they're not serious. They're not willing to not play. I'm like, Angel Reese said they're willing to sit out next year if they don't get this CBA agreed to, right? So they're willing to go to the lengths that they need to go to.
That's good.
And I think they should, because asking for a higher percentage of revenue is not a crazy thing, especially when people say there's no money in the league. Then how come they're getting new teams? They just signed a TV deal.
Yeah, and it's becoming more popular. They're getting more brand deals.
It's on the rise.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense for people to use this kind of logic. And honestly, if you think like that, 95% you're a bootlicker more often than not. Like, honestly, if you see a union, a group of people requiring more money
for themselves and their livelihood,
and you go against that, you are a tool in a bootlicker. Like, I think that it should go without question saying.
Yeah.
So
if you're like, no, this big guy at the top needs to keep all the money and keep hoarding it, and the little people at the bottom don't deserve more money, you can suck dick.
Maybe you should throw up on it.
Choke on it, like, for real. We both agree.
So I do want to definitely see that. I'm glad that like the things that I said are like coming to fruition with that, because I told you like they have to fight back. They have to be willing to strike. They have to find competition. And now the biggest thing that y'all really need to do is separate from the league, separate from the NBA. Because as long as y'all are attached to the NBA, you are, what I said in the last video, you are a developmental league, because women can't play in the NBA if you're good enough. So it's a developmental league for women that aren't good enough to play in the NBA. But if you separate it and now y'all have no more ties, then you're your own league and your own competition. And then now y'all are competition rather than being like brother sister league.
I want women in the NBA. I want Draymond Green knocking bitches out on the court. Oh my God. I would start watching. I want to see Caitlin Clark versus Draymond Green, like for surezies.
I think if something like that was to happen, the first instance you would see would probably be somebody who's like a spot time shooter who could come in like 3-4 minutes a game, because they're going to get attacked on defense every time. Like every time they have to play defense, they're going to get exposed. So you would only want them in the game for a little bit. But
for sure. And you know how women are like a little bit more aggressive in their game when they play with other women.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to be more than a little aggressive. You got to be strong when you play with the men.
I know. I want to see some big studs on that court. Period. Let's get it together.
I mean, the future is
it's 2025.
The future can be that, because we just seen that little she's like 17-year-old girl in France. I don't know what they feeding them. She was dunking. Two-hand. Like,
oh yeah, she was like 6'11",
going up.
A big ass bitch.
Was she 6'11"? I thought she was like 6'5".
I
was about to say 6'11" girl moving. Like,
I just be saying words.
But the reason I said it, if you're a 6'11" girl moving like she was, you are a freak of nature.
Yeah, no, she would be.
Like,
I would be like, you're coming to the National Basketball Association.
Respectfully, like after your playing career, you should just go into breeding. Like if you're a 6'11" woman moving like that, just breed up.
No, she doesn't have to do it herself. She can just donate her eggs.
Breed up. Give it homegrown.
Take hers, Shaq's, put them together. Let's see what we get.
See, I hate when people say that. That's disgusting. When people
say that.
That's
What, eugenics?
Yeah, that's nasty.
That's definitely eugenics. But you were just saying, you just told the woman to go into breeding.
Yeah, I'm just telling her who to breed
and then
with.
And then I just make a simple suggestion and I'm the one taking it too far.
Yeah,
you was already all the way over there.
No, you gave her a partner.
I didn't. I just said go do it with a tall, talented basketball man.
No, then you said Shaq, so we can start talking.
So we can get a big basketball baby.
Well, see, that's nasty. Let's get into Shaq then.
See what happens. That baby gonna have a thick neck.
Get into what Shaq said. Did you hear what he said about Megan and Klay?
I didn't hear what he said. No, but I know he want Megan. So that nigga dirty macking, regardless of what he said.
No, it's this is actually kind of a little bit worse than dirty macking, and it's funny because it's still very it resonates to me that people are still scared of Mike Tyson, because Mike Tyson was on this episode and none of the reports say anything about what Mike Tyson said. Mike Tyson might have said some stuff more crazier than what Shaq said.
Mike Tyson can still like knock niggas out. Nobody is fucking with Mike Tyson. Like, you have respect for the rest of your life from all of humans. Everything.
Stallion.
Who's Klay Thompson though?
He plays basketball. He was in the Warriors. He's one of the greatest shooters of all time. He's now on the Dallas Mavericks.
Really?
And he's with Megan the Stallion.
6 weeks. I'm gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing. My kid, I can't say.
So what Shaq is doing, he's setting the line, our DraftKick Sportsbook line, at the summer.
6 weeks.
You don't see it lasting into the fall.
6 weeks.
What did it surprise you?
Come on. No. I don't know. Listen, man. She got shot for that. That might last for a long time.
She got what?
6 weeks ain't nothing. She got shot, so you gotta. I don't know. Listen, man. She got shot for that. That might last for a long time. That pussy. 6 weeks ain't nothing. She got shot, so you gotta give her some credit, right? You gotta give her a little credit.
That's why I said nobody said anything about what Mike Tyson said, young. Mike Tyson is insane.
Because she got shot for what? For Klay?
No, she's saying I think he was just saying that she got shot because he was so enamored with her body, Tory. He said he got shot for that pussy.
Oh, okay. No. Zeros. Like,
but you've seen the content they've been putting out, right? You can clearly tell this is a staged PR relationship. Because it's quite obvious.
Yeah, I think Rock Nation put her with a wholesome young black man.
Wholesome.
Who has a clean image, and then she started the Pete Foundation or whatever. Like, something's because she has that lawsuit on the way.
The one they're talking about with her being nasty in the car?
Yeah, the one where she was having sex with women in the back seat while her driver or whatever was in the front. So unconsensually.
So you saying they put her in a heterosexual relationship, high profile.
A high profile, clean relationship, and then like she's part of a whole, like she has a whole foundation raising money for elderly people and children and stuff. I think this is just a precursor.
What told you that this was the phony relationship? Like, what gave it away to you?
When he showed the $300,000 watch that she got him, and he called her a nice lady.
That was insane.
It's a nice lady. Like,
that definitely came off the script.
But also, that might just be a corny nigga, you know? Like, I mean, that might also be like, because to me, and be like, yeah, like, look at, I'm flexing, like, my bitch got money, like, that's what a nigga.
See, the reason why I don't agree with that is because Klay has bodies. He has a track record. Rory here, how you say her name? Rory.
His track record has been white, light skin. It's just been getting blacker.
No, he's with Coco before.
He was okay.
He gave her the, you know what I'm saying, Spider. What's his name? Mitchell. What's his name? Donovan Mitchell. Let Donovan. You got that dog. I'm done with that. And now he on with Meg.
Even though Sierra and Russell set them up, but okay.
Sierra. Oh no. Well, I mean, you know, Klay.
They literally.
She's seen him with Klay though. He's seen him with Klay though.
They've told the story that they're the ones that set them up.
Yeah, after Klay was done with it, you know what I'm saying? It was over with.
Done with it. That's a human being, and you sound like a dick bag.
That's how Klay was moving. Now we gotta see if Klay is a new man now.
Like,
because again, this seems to be like the new thing to do is like when you are an athlete on the way out, get with a high profile rap girly for a couple weeks to kind of boost your profile.
Who else has done that?
Stephon Diggs.
Okay, he's on his way out.
I've said it plenty of times. The man tore his knee last season.
Oh yeah, you're right. You think who else did that?
I think it may be the new trend.
Okay.
So we got 2 right now.
I'm just trying to see who, like, if it's a trend, it has to be more than 2 people. If it's 2 people, it's a coincidence. If it's 4, it's a trend.
What's shawty who got with the dude from, I think he was a Philadelphia cat doll? What's her name? One of them dolls. Dream doll or one of those dolls that got Cash Doll. She got with a player too.
Oh, he's a football player?
Yeah.
Okay, period. Cash Doll is not one of them ones that you get with for clout or high profile anything though.
You can't tell her that.
Like he likes her. He's not doing that for clout. She don't got no clout for real.
Nah, you can't tell her that. The way she be her face in the camera.
I mean,
the way she put that, the way she be spinning it. And
she should have more. I like Cash Doll. I think she be spitting.
And if you look at it,
real bitch shit too.
No, but if you look at it, he not really cool with a lot of that. Because a lot of them videos that be supposed to be all cute be her doing all that extra stuff and him pulling her away.
I haven't seen any of those.
Yeah, I know y'all they never pay attention to that.
I've also seen them in person. So
you say you have?
Yeah.
Oh, salute. they spent.
Oh my God! You know who I saw again the other day? Mace. And then I was like, we made eye contact 2 times. I was like, next time Mace I see, because I've seen him at least 4 times at this point. I was like, next time I see him, I'm taking a picture with him. Like I'm too New York to act cool around Mace for a 5th time.
No, you gotta ask him what happened to the man in Atlanta. Oh, you don't know that story,
okay. I'm just letting y'all. Next time I see Mace, I'm taking a picture. And then I saw Jordan Childs. I took a picture with her. Olympic gymnast Jordan Childs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we took a picture together.
Oh, you felt like it was your big one?
Well, there are some people that I'm comfortable with like fangirling over and some that I'm not because...
What makes them comfortable for you to do that? Like what do they have to...
She was really sweet. And she was talking a lot.
I know, but
to everybody.
What do they have to stick to her? Okay, being communicative to people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Being open.
Okay.
Sociable.
Okay.
Yeah. When I helped, it don't matter. When I helped Big Boy, he was like rushing, trying to get out of there. Mm-hmm. I couldn't have asked him for a picture or anything. I was just like, let me be professional. But some people, I'm like, I can drop the professionalism a little bit and like be like, oh my God, I love you.
All right, so we got to get into some crazy interviews that's been going on. You individuals are some of the sickest people I've ever seen in my life. Like, I don't understand how y'all are pulling this off. So first off, I'm just going to announce who the 2 interviews we're going to talk about. Nelk Boys interviewing Benjamin Netanyahu.
Crazy sentence.
Like, that should have never, ever came out of my mouth.
Nope, none of those words should be sequenced together ever.
And then Channel 5 Live News is like a parody news page. They interviewed the GOAT, young Hunter Biden, dog. Hunter Biden is the GOAT.
Let's just start with Netanyahu so we can get into the nonsense, because I want to finish off with the nonsense.
Okay. So the Nelk Boys, who, I mean, if y'all haven't familiar with them, they're just kind of like, they part of that like Aiden Ross kind of group of guys where they like, they got this weird little disposition.
Pathetic little dick red pill content.
It does seem like that to a little bit, to a degree. So they had Benjamin Netanyahu on. They did like an hour interview with him. And I want to say I couldn't get through probably the first 20 minutes because they just sat there and let him say whatever he wanted about Hamas and what they were doing. And at no point was there like any ounce of pushback.
Let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. When you saw Milk Boys, what are they?
Nelk Boys.
The sperm boys. Interviewing Benjamin Netanyahu, did you think that hard-hitting journalism was about to happen? Did you think that you would click and get actual journalism?
Oh, for sure. I knew it wasn't.
Okay.
Like, I knew they were way out of their depth.
Okay, because a streamer doing an interview with Benjamin Netanyahu, regardless of who the streamer is, insert name, it's going to be a dick-sucking marathon. It's going to be a glazing marathon.
That's all it's going to be.
Yeah.
Especially when
because
you don't...
why is Netanyahu on your platform?
Like, essentially...
And let's speculate about that, too.
About why they on there?
After, yeah.
Oh, no, we can get into that in just a moment. It's obvious that these guys were picked for a particular reason. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of...
Because they spit on it beautifully.
Yeah, they knew there would be no pushback, and then they would be allowed to paint this narrative about... Like I said, they weren't cutting them off. They weren't...
Of course not.
You could tell they were not invested in this conversation, and all they could ask is the most superficial and general things. Like, I think they started off talking about not even like the bombing or attacks, but like the aid. And he tried to say, oh, they won't let them get the aid. They won't let them bring
Hamas is not letting them get the aid.
Even though, or they said they'll steal the aid and all this other stuff, even though they have been shooting people in line waiting for aid. Then they'll say, oh, we send flyers out to tell people to leave their homes because we're going to bomb this area, and Hamas tells them to stay.
And then you remember
so we have to bomb them.
The trucks of aid that apparently were coming, and it was just mostly body bags. Mm-hmm.
Like it's tons of this.
It's evil behavior.
And after they interviewed him, they went on this kind of like long press stream, not just stream, this little press run about it, doing streams with other people. Like they sat down with Hassan, Nick Fuentes, Myron. They was on everybody's stream. Mm-hmm. And I think Hassan had some of the best questions to ask him about essentially how did they get in contact with them. And they said they had got a call essentially from one of their contacts. And because I think they also interviewed Trump before, the Nelk Boys, because they were one of the people he sat down with. But they had got one of their White House contacts, and they asked them, hey, we got the opportunity for you guys to interview Benjamin Netanyahu. Would you be down? And they were just like, hey, we're always down to talk to whoever. And they tried to like paint it as like, we're always getting, controversial guests. We'll sit down and have a conversation with anybody. But you have to understand when you're far out your depth, and if you're not going to prepare for it in a real way, you are now being used as propaganda tool. And anybody who calls you out on it, it's for real. I don't think they ran away from that. I don't think they really have the shame capacity. Like that, these kids these days don't have that capacity for that kind of shame anymore. Mm-hmm. I don't think it exists.
Definitely not.
Like it doesn't, to them, nothing that happened there further anything that they could have stopped or helped improve on.
I think when you grow up on the internet as much as kids like in their 20s have grown up on the internet, and you've grown up on social media specifically, like shame doesn't exist anymore. You can happily show your whole asshole on the internet, and if it benefits you numbers and monetarily, then it doesn't matter like what you did to get to where you're at. If you made the money, then you're fine.
I just want to give you a little example of what it just kind of sounded like.
Why do they say Israel's like starving the people of Gaza?
Well, because we're trying to get the food in, and we let food trucks in, and guess what happens when we let them in? Hamas steals the food, takes the good chunk for itself, then they jack up the prices, and then they sell the food to its population, to its hungry population, if they give them at all, and then use the money that they take from their own people to recruit more killers into their
So just also to know that Benjamin Netanyahu was also part of the founding and the implementing, not the founding, but the implementing of what would be Hamas. His staff in the group has been quote on saying that they knew they were going to have an enemy for decades when they assist in their way of assisting Hamas from being put in control. So,
yeah, that's always what happens when a bigger power goes into a region and rapes the region. So then the youth is angry. You're gonna create an angry group of people who want justice for what they went through. Okay, so why do you think Netanyahu, basically, it sounds like his team reached out to be on this stream? Because obviously Israel is not getting the best PR, especially with young people.
Yeah, he's not even doing interviews with Israeli journalists.
No. So obviously this is like a attempt to change the image and like how people perceive Israel and try to make them seem like the good guy when that's not the perception right now. So they're just trying to go around to younger streamers, do interviews to try to flip public opinion. But I don't think that's going to happen when we literally have videos of people, children starving on the streets covered in dirt. Like, I don't think humanitarily, like, and morally, nobody's going to be on your side.
I think they feel like they've lost the moral edge that they've been able to.
100%. I don't think they've ever had it.
They've been able to rely on it because it's always been a perception of these are our allies. What they're doing is inherently good, and what anyone does to stop their interest is inherently bad. So that's all if you never really dived into the conflict, that's all you would ever hear is essentially that. And when you have these guys now where we're getting to this point where it is going to be so hard to resist, and they're trying to get to these young men because you have Nick Fuentes on the other end who is full on like exposing the whole operation essentially. But because you can, mask him under the guise of he's anti-Semitic, you can push him to the side and say he's a crazy guy, but you can't ignore his influence. And that's why you go to Nelk Boys, because they're the closest thing to a Nick Fuentes without being like the super anti-Semitic or being like a degenerate like Aiden and all that other stuff. So he's like, that's the closest you could get to is the Nelk Boys. And it's pathetic, man. Like, those guys really just look like two doofy sellouts like the whole time. Wearing the American flag during the interview, like wearing that as your tie, that's so stupid.
How big is their following? Because wouldn't Netanyahu want to go to like an Aiden Ross or someone who has like a much bigger following?
Aiden is a lot more controversial than they are. He be doing gambling and stuff like that. These boys don't be on that.
Okay, so this is a safer.
Yeah,
because they're little bitch boys.
Yeah, they're little punks who can't even do. To me, again, as somebody who, again, we're growing our platform. Of course, we're going to want to talk to people who are going to get clicks and engagement. But I feel like not doing your due diligence, not really respecting your own platform, and resisting, and even just a little bit. Like the fact that he talked about weapons of mass destruction, you didn't ask, bro. You've been saying that for 30 years. Like,
where are they?
When?
Where are they? Did y'all find them?
Ever?
Traces? Did you find the shells of the weapons of mass destruction? Did you find blueprints for the weapons of mass destruction?
The jaw didn't draw? Did you ever see the old clip of him talking about the weapon, like how far they were with the nuclear bomb, and then he has like this little makeshift rocket or whatever that he's like showing building in the back? It's so crazy. You got to watch like these conversations that he has about this. It's sick, but also hilarious at the same time when you think like this is what they think they can get off on the public, and they do every time.
Yeah, because people are stupid and they don't do their research.
But we got to go to the vibe, man. My boy is a vibe. Tell me what I'm crazy. Tell me I'm a sucker. I don't care. Hunter Biden is really that dude, yo.
This is absolutely insane. Like, Hunter Biden actually sitting down for an interview. Like, gold.
It was hilarious because this channel, they do these kind of interviews too, but they just put like a quote that said, "We have the craziest interview coming tomorrow." No trailer, no nothing. Like, it's just going to do numbers as soon as we drop it. And this one did 41 million views. I'm about to play.
Oh, wow.
41. And this is Hunter Biden discussing his love for a substance like I've never heard a man discuss love for.
Oh, the only difference between crack cocaine and cocaine is sodium bicarbonate and water and heat. Literally, That's it.
And those things are pretty much free if you go to like a science store.
This is free.
What the fuck is a science store?
Your neighborhood convenience store.
And why would the things be free there?
I don't want to tell people how to make crack cocaine, but it literally is a mayonnaise jar, cocaine, and baking soda.
How different is the experience?
It's vastly different. And like for real, I feel really reluctant to kind of have some euphoric discussion. I know you're not asking me to do that, but have some euphoric discussion
reluctant.
about
That's
crack
how you
cocaine.
naturally feel about crack.
Okay, no, it's the exact opposite. I'm saying I don't want to have the experience of some euphoric recall. That's how powerful crack cocaine is. Does crack cocaine make you act any differently? No. Is it safer than alcohol? Probably. People think of crack as being dirty.
It's not.
It's the exact opposite.
Yes, it is, though.
When you make crack, what you're doing is you're burning off all the impurities so that it combines with the sodium bicarbonate, which makes it smokable. That's all. You know, all of these actors and, you know, people in the past that talked about they had a problem with cocaine and freebasing. They were smoking crack.
So straw on the stove is the same thing.
Not exactly, but close to it. But it's a little bit different. But anyway, my point about it, your point about it, which I think is true, is that there's a thing about crack that is really insidious. And what it is that anytime, I think one of the reasons that they believe that smoking cigarettes is so addictive is because it combines three really important things. It's habit forming, there is an oral fixation, and there is a ritual combined with it. And so the idea of hand to mouth is a habit and a fixation that we learn very early, even as children. With a pacifier, with a spoon, with your thumb, even to breastfeed. Okay, so really. So
he's just.
and I don't want to get into the psychology of it because I'm no
yeah,
expert.
But he was talking about all three of them.
Combined with that ignition, combustion, and then you combine the ritual. You have your cigarette in the morning. You have your cigarette when you get out of the car. You have your cigarette with your coffee. Crack is that on steroids. It's over and over. There's ritual to it. There's a ritualized part of it. The combination of all of those addictive behaviors together becomes like really powerful. And the drug in and of itself is a more immediate euphoric sensation.
Oh my goodness. I have never heard a white man discuss crack cocaine like he was Tyrone Biggums ever in my life.
He said, I can't even talk about crack because I'm going to get too happy talking about crack because that's how good crack is.
Did you hear what he said?
I've never wanted to try crack until
he got you thinking.
I'm like a little bit.
He was like, just water or just soda bicarbonate and some water?
First of all, there's so many things that I like. I've never done coke or crack, but naturally I want to refute. How is crack the more pure form of coke when you have to do things to it?
Because you're burnt. That's how you get impurities out, is do things. Just like when you cooking in the I've seen you cook in the stove and you get impurities out of stuff.
Okay, I guess scientifically that makes sense. But how is crack less dangerous than alcohol?
Well, I mean, I would assume that
because people who are alcohol, there are more functioning alcoholics than there are functioning crackheads.
I would debate that. I would 100% debate that.
Who do you know or adjacently know that is a functioning crackhead? Because everyone probably knows one, maybe two functioning alcoholics. Who the fuck knows a functioning crackhead? Disconnected from that cracky part of the family, aren't you?
Gotta stay away
the
from
family's
them parts.
cracked.
Gotta stay away from them parts.
No, I'm glad. Don't take me to that family. No, actually, that's probably the lively part of the family that I'm missing.
No, we stay far away from that.
Nah, I'd probably have a blast with that part of the family.
No.
Give me the unpure crack. I'd rather do coke before I do crack for real.
There's
but that's because white people do coke. Is that prejudice of me that I trust coke more than crack?
Yeah.
Because coke is whiter than crack is?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a
You let Reagan beat you.
That's a crack in my black armor.
You let Reagan win.
Yeah, no, oh no.
You did. You're a dare kid.
I'm gonna go do crack tomorrow. Fuck it. Cause fuck Reagan. I'm gonna go do crack.
I remember one time I was going to the convenience store that I used to live by, my old apartment, and I seen a guy pull out.
They was definitely out there selling crack. Sometimes I would go out there and I'd be like, I don't know what that smell is, but I think it's crack. I've never smelled crack, but this give me a cracky feeling.
I promise you, the dude probably put out a rock that was probably like big as my like top part of my thumb, and I walked out and I seen him pull it out his bag. And when I came in after I got my food,
He was on the floor.
No, he was selling it. He had like $400 in his hand.
Oh,
a joint that was this.
Now
big.
we need to start selling crack.
That's what I was thinking. I'm in the wrong
We
business.
need to go back to that apartment after we blow up and start selling crack.
I was like, yo, I'm in the wrong business, yo.
$400?
This nigga had $400. It literally was
in
he had to
7
rock.
minutes.
It wasn't 7 minutes. It was less than that. I
3
went
minutes.
to the store. I went to the store, grabbed some food, and as soon as I came out, he had $400 in his hand.
Wow.
I mean, it was all dirty 20s and 10s, but it was $400 nonetheless.
Yeah.
Some ones in there too.
We really only got to sell crack for like 3 months too, and then invest that money, and then we good. Like
that's what I've heard before.
Like I would sell crack until I make a good like 50K, and then I'm done. I'm out of the business.
good 50K.
You never gonna see me again.
See, no, you couldn't do it because the moment that you got the money that easily, you would never stop. You would start living like you were always gonna have that money.
Yeah, I'd go to jail.
You would because you couldn't. The reason why a lot of people get caught
I'd be
in that.
Franklin.
That's why. That's the reason why people
I'd
get
be
caught.
Franklin like a motherfucker.
That everybody feels like you got to go. Like there's a lot of folks who sell drugs and they sell it at a low clip and don't get in trouble and caught because they're not having ambitions with it. They just doing enough to keep it going, keep it by, passing
and
by.
then you know I'm a flashy nigga too. The police would catch me immediately.
Frank, what's his name? Lucas.
I'd be in an iced out car, diamonds, a diamond Bentley.
So I would never do no crime with you. I would never do crime with you. I would never let you know I was doing crime. I wouldn't even let you.
You wouldn't let your wife know that you were doing crime?
If I had like millions of dollars stored away, I wouldn't even let you know. I would let you think it's hundreds of thousands of dollars instead of millions.
Can I still go shopping?
As you thought we had hundreds of thousands and not millions.
I don't like that. He right, but I don't like it.
You got to control you. Like I would probably like even if our page started doing numbers like, oh, I don't know, man, the money not coming. It's like big check.
What are you talking about?
It's not in here. I don't know.
The page is linked to both of our shits.
No, it's not in there.
The fuck, I can log in and see what we making.
Just going to have to keep it off the low, man.
You're gonna be like, where did half this money go? I went to the Chanel boutique. Like, I'm playing the Hermes game. I'm trying to get offered a Birkin. We have to spend $100,000 before they give me what maybe I want. Like,
all right. So Jubilee had Madid Hassan. He is a journalist, a British American journalist on their channel. He generally leans like left leaning, and a lot of his politics very heavy critical of Trump. And what they did was they brought him around like essentially 20 far right conservatives. And what they do in this platform is essentially they have him sit in the middle and people race to go and talk. So they've had like Sam Secker, I think that's his name, right? And then they've had a bunch of other people. Dean, I believe he was on there. Charlie Kirk has also been on there. Candace Owens just recently was on there, got bodied by the feminists. It was ugly. But essentially they sit down and they have this conversation and you basically go back and forth for your points. They'll have like fact checkers and stuff like that that'll come up. And in this one, it got insane. So I'm going to play the little teaser that came out a few days before. Like, this was, like, anticipated. A lot of people were kind of, like, interested in seeing how this went.
My family lineage is settlers from the 1500s. So
You don't look very Native American to me.
I am Native American. Whites are Native Americans. What are you talking about?
You're not.
What are you talking about?
This is what they was on.
You're a little bit more than a far-right Republican.
Hey, what can I say?
I think you could say I'm a fascist.
Yeah, I am.
Listen to me. I am an immigrant. I'm speaking from personal experience.
Get the hell out.
I don't even like... I should get the hell out.
Yes.
Why?
I don't want you here.
And it got pretty insane. So one of the guys that called himself a fascist, his name is like Pine Sap on the internet. And he ended up going like really crazy on that. Like he wasn't saying nothing like super racist, but he was just basically saying things like he don't believe in democracy. He wants a authoritarian leader who's benevolent, who only gets voted in one time, and then after that you can't vote anymore. Like he was just saying some like really wild, like super gnarly shit. And
I think if you're a man who wants an authoritative leader, you're a bitch. Like, you just want to bend down and be told what to do by one man for the rest of your life.
It was
very, very submissive behavior. Like, if just get a dom.
It was funny,
just go to a dungeon and get a dom.
It was funny too, because he was basically saying, like, do you know if he's going to be on your side? Like, are you sure he's going to not attack you? He said, oh no, I'm going to be the right one. And it showed that, especially from these far right Republicans, but I think in just general, like, people of that ilk, conservative ilk anyway, they see themselves as like, white people are the reason America became what it is, or like the world it is what it is today. Like, their existence is what they believe is the fundamental point. So like, they don't believe in democracy without white people. They don't believe in any kind of government, any kind of existence void white people. If that happens, then it's not a legitimate state to them.
We are where we are in spite of white people. The world is where it is in spite of white people. We've crawled to where we are.
And it was crazy watching this and seeing like how lost some of these people are. Because even when they were having a conversation around like, are immigrants a good thing? The dude who told him he wanted him to leave, he actually kind of like went back and forth with him regarding a point. But his point was so insignificant because he found one industry that he was studying. He tried to talk about the flaws and the studies that he brought up. The flaw that he addressed, there wasn't too much of a difference though. It was probably like 5% of a difference in regards to the numbers that they found. And then it was only happening in this one or two industries in regards to what immigration affected wages in a negative way for American people. But again, overall, that doesn't supersede. Like, to them, they think if you can find one element that the house is not made correctly, we need to destroy the whole house down instead of fixing certain issues so that doesn't negatively affect the citizens who are here. And it's crazy how this is like a personality trait for them. This isn't like something they believe because they wanted to be the betterment of the world. And I understand there's this principle and this idea that we all think we're the good guy in our story. I don't think these gentlemen do. Like, there was a dude there who's on the far right side who's an Iranian immigrant. Nobody in there wanted you to be a citizen of this country. And the sad part about it, he came in there, American flagged up, he clearly looked like he was trying to be, I am the nice brown man. Please don't think I'm a terrorist.
That's the man with the handlebar mustache.
The handlebar mustache. He had the American flag bow tie or whatever situation going on. And he was straight there. I don't know in Iran if y'all have like a word for like a coon or Uncle Tom or something, but that's exactly who he was.
I think every person of color, every group of people of color probably has a word that equates to coon.
It needs to be named after him. Like, whatever y'all word is, just scrap it and name it after whatever bruh name was. And then it was crazy because there was like 4 brown people that were on that side.
Of course, there's always going to be a couple.
But there was one dude on there, he got up there, he kind of felt like ashamed of himself actually. After like listening to everybody else's points, he sat there and they had a conversation, but they wasn't really disagreeing on anything. So what I wanted to ask you is, do you feel like these discussions are helpful when you have these kind of moments in these debates? Because I really don't think so.
I was trying to think about it because I was trying to think about who actually watches these types of videos. I think the people who are watching these types of videos are either on one side or another, and they're just using the videos as like confirmation bias. Like, I don't think anyone's actually learning anything from them. I don't think the people who are conservatives are trying to hear out this one guy's opinion to see if they could be wrong. So no, I don't think these are conversations that are beneficial at all. When we have these types of conversations in real life, then they are. But when they're curated for content like this, then I'm not sure about that.
To me, the presence of even the concept itself, it inherently says that their position potentially could be right. And that's why I think I have the problem with what Jubilee does, is because there's some people whose thoughts and positions you don't ever have to acknowledge as a thing. Because it's
like flat earthers.
It's not even just that. It's like when we're discussing like white supremacy, we're discussing people who identify as Nazis and fascists. They don't systematically see the person above them, if they're not a white person as well, as human. So why are we having a discussion? Nothing that I can say to you brings any legitimacy because you don't respect my humanity.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody should have a position where they can't be swayed or you can't give them information that makes them change their mind. If you're unwilling to change your mind, regardless of what's presented to you, I think you're in psychosis.
No, a lot of these people are just a problem. Like the Pine Sap guy, he lost his job. Lost whatever little engineering cloud person he was. He lost that. Went to like a little crybaby to the internet, and I think he's got like 30 grand and more right now of how much money he's been pulling in. It's just so funny to me how these guys who are these free market capitalists and they talk about getting everything by the bootstrap, but as soon as you have to reap what you sow and you're held responsible, you go there and you do communal efforts. Isn't that communism?
Socialist. Oh.
I was going to ask you, isn't that communism? I was wanting to use the word wrong because that's what they do. But yeah, socialism, communism.
That's socialism.
What are you doing with your handout? I thought you guys got it out the mud. You didn't need to ask.
GoFundMe isn't bootstrap behavior.
It ain't.
Go outside and sell some dick like a real man.
Ain't nobody want that ugly Peckerwood. You should have seen the way his face was when he, like, it was, to me, it was very clear that these words don't mean anything to them. They just say it. So because they hear them so much, they get called it so much, they get numb to what someone's actually saying to you when they call you a fascist. They're saying that you fundamentally are a bad person. Mm-hmm. You only believe one group of people should be allowed to voice and exist their opinion at any one moment. And if you listen to, again, back to what I said earlier, if you listen to all of these people, their thought process is fundamentally in white is right. And we are not because the thoughts, the ideas, none of that matters. When you listen to these gentlemen, their idea is that because white people existed is why everything else, it has value. Unless there's white people at the hem of it, it no longer has value. And it's like, even with the Constitution, they were saying like, oh, the Constitution is for white people, basically. They tried to put some little extra spin on it, but
isn't it?
No, it was
like when they wrote it.
The words in the document do not say for white people.
No, I know it doesn't, but like they was thinking it when they.
I mean, that's what one of the people was arguing.
That's what they was thinking when they was writing it. They didn't expect us blacks to have this much power.
That's what they were talking about when they were writing it. Actually, that actually did happen. One of the dudes writing. That's what one of the dudes in the video said. How we should. Interpret it was through the minds of what they were actually thinking in real time.
Yeah, no.
All right, so let's see what we got to get into. This Epstein thing is just only getting crazier. Rupert Murdoch, what did I tell you beforehand? Rupert Murdoch is not playing with Trump.
Really?
The Wall Street Journal just put out an article that said Trump's name was in the Epstein files multiple times.
We know that.
But no, they're confirming it though. And they keep putting out more and more information saying that, hey, this is what's happening. He was known what's going on. He knows how many times his name is in it. I think they said that most of the stuff that his advisors told him that's like hearsay, there's anything concrete they can put at him. But just these stories leaking and being out and how defensive they've been about it makes you feel like there's some light there.
I wonder, like, the bending over backwards that y'all have to do as Trump supporters is crazy because he ran on a campaign of, I'm going to put this list out. I'm going to be transparent. Y'all are going to get this list. And then literally as soon as it's about to happen, he's like, forget this list. Why do y'all want this list so bad? Stop talking about this. Like, he's literally telling you to forget and stop talking about it. That's crazy. He can't, he's not even being sly or strategic about it at all. He's like, please, I do not want you guys to care about this anymore because it's going to be negative for me. Please, I'm begging y'all to stop caring about this.
No, he's trying. He's definitely trying to get folks to talk about something else.
Yeah.
Because Tulsi Gabbard went up on the stand today and tried to expose a Russian hoax that this Obama conspiracy that she tried to paint to the world, saying that they concocted this hoax about Russia having influence in the election, and that Obama and his group, after the election happened, devised a plan to undermine Trump's presidency. Then Tulsi, why did so many people get arrested for collusion with Russia? People who were associated with Trump's campaign, folks who were advisors to Trump. Why were all these people arrested for either lying about talking to Russian assets or laundering money? Like, why are all these people happening if it's just this hoax?
After the U.S. government and its agencies did thorough investigations.
And these were Republican-led investigations. So granted, they did not find any concrete evidence to say, hey, this was the criminal plans of the Trump administration. But when you have so many people who are attached to a Trump administration who did do illegal things, only 1 + 1 = 2, Donald. Like, you're not gonna pull the wool over our head this way. And you could pull, and it was funny too, because they were trying. The MAGA folks was in spaces trying to, we can bring down Obama. No, we want the Epstein files.
We still on that. I want that list
right now. We want the names, all the pages. No, I want to hear all that, and then I want to debunk something else, because they have the Trump administration in Florida trying to ask for grand jury records. That was all cap. That's all an illusion. You can't get that. Nobody can get grand jury testimonies like that. It's like generally a no-no and when you can get information. Trump administration knew that. That's why they're not appealing. So don't let them fool you with that article that's been going around about that. That's all funny guy BS. I promise you. But and he's trying to use my team to try to distract the people, saying, we need to change the name.
Oh, back to the
Redskins.
Yeah.
No, sir. Stay out of our business.
Commanders is also cooler.
I mean, yeah, but not really. But still, stay out of it. Don't try to use my team in the stadium we're trying to build. No, not really. In the stadium we're trying to build.
It's not really
in your little political thing, yo. I don't want to see that.
It is. It's a tradition, because you have like raiders and stuff like that aren't named after animals and things. It's fine.
Hold on.
You can keep Commanders.
Peep this, baby, too.
Have you ever had a personal relationship with Donald Trump?
What do you mean by personal relationships?
Have you socialized with him?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
Though I'd like to answer that question, at least today, I'm going to have to assert my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment rights, sir.
The answer is yes. If you can't answer it, we know what the answer is.
Just
because you can't say no.
Just
so the answer is yes.
We got him. Just let y'all know we got him. We got Trump. He's going down, big dog.
Is he?
No,
he didn't go down last time.
We're just going to just continue to make fun of him until he destroys us.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah, because these men are weak.
I do got some Democrats we got to shoot at real quick. AOC, you showing your ass. And Jasmine Crockett, I'm disappointed. Y'all over there. Again, I understand it was Marjorie Taylor's bill, and you don't want her to get her stuff passed. But the fact that it was such a large difference in the vote, y'all could have voted to not give money to the Iron Dome. Because I don't like this whole idea that like AOC tried to play it off and be like, oh no, this is for the defense of civilians. When it's like, yo, the Iron Dome is the reason why Israel thinks they got a big dick in the region.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I can do what they did to Syria if I know they can't do it back to me. Like, I don't want, like, this idea that you are not furthering the problems that are going on in the region when you help them to defend themselves in the way that they do is goofy. And then for you to then go on and start doing the anti-Semitism BS. This chick really went on there talking about, oh, we need to discuss anti-Semitism as if she's been getting ridiculed for sending billions of dollars for the Iron Dome defense.
This situation just makes you realize that like none of the politicians that you trust are on your side for real. There's like a small, very, very small percentage of them that are actually doing the right thing. And then everybody else is just like dick so far lodged down their throat that it's actually dangerous.
Yeah, I want to thank Al Green for showing some cojones.
Mm-hmm. And Marjorie, Marjorie Taylor?
Yeah, it was her bill.
Jasmine Crockett.
Jasmine Crockett. No, she voted for it. She voted no to not stop the funding.
Okay, so yeah, Marjorie Taylor.
Yeah, Marjorie was the one who brought the bill up. But
Mhm.
It was granted there was some other BS stuff in there that I can understand disagreeing with, but the major point of it being the defense in the Iron Dome, y'all could at least been. I can understand why Jasmine wouldn't do it.
And why it doesn't? No, I don't, because it
Her
doesn't.
beef with I was saying her beef with Marjorie.
It does not matter. That's what I was gonna say. I think it's extremely childish and petty for you not to vote for a bill that you agree with because somebody that you have beef with presented this bill. You are a United States representative. Like, we don't give a fuck about the beef that you have with this lady if it means that you're giving more money to people who are killing children in the streets of fucking Gaza. Like, this is absolutely insane. Even if my worst enemy presented something that I agree with, if morally I agree with that, you have to put your petty bullshit to the side, because not only y'all are adults, y'all are elected officials, and you need to do the right fucking thing. I've lost so much respect for Jasmine Crockett and AOC and whoever else is on that list who on TikTok, on social media, you act like you're one thing and then you're voting the complete opposite. Like, this is, what are you actually here to fucking do?
No, you're right. It's at some point, it's just a mask that you're wearing. Like, she's just a Latina waitress, and Jasmine.
All of y'all are clowns. Everybody over there is a performative clown that's not actually there to do anything but bullshit. Because I don't give a fuck who you beefing with, bitch. You just voted to give Israel more money because you don't like this bad built bleach blonde bimbo. Like, girl, I don't give a fuck. Put that to the side. You ate her up already. You been ate her up. This is stupid.
I thought it was very interesting
pissed
too.
me off.
I thought it was very interesting too that Jasmine didn't make any statements about it. Like, at least AOC tried to clean up her action. I thought it was very interesting, Jasmine. But then again, Jasmine does get Israel money, I believe. She got AIPAC money too, so she has been purchased.
Not worth shit for real. When it comes down to it, none of y'all are worth shit for real.
Oh, y'all worth something, but it's just what AIPAC tells you y'all worth. So it's not.
Don't stand on nothing on your own.
Not what your constituents want you to be worth. Not a damn. All right, so we are going to see Fantastic Four tomorrow. Woo!
We have to drive 3 hours away to see.
No, it's not 3 hours. This is Mall of Georgia. Is not 3 hours.
3 hours away.
So I wanted to get into the press run because it was a lot of interesting conversation going around with Pedro Pascal and him and Vanessa Kirby. I believe that's her name.
First of all, really quick, Pedro Pascal is in 3 movies in theaters currently.
And he's on that one show, right? The Last of Us?
Yeah, but I don't think that's...
I mean, just saying.
But he is in it. But like 3 current movies that are out in theaters, like you could go to the movie theater and see Pedro Pascal in 3 different movies.
That's a hard-working man.
Yeah.
That's a hard-working man right there.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, he's actually playing Mr. Fantastic, and she's playing Sue Storm. And if you have kind of paid attention to any of the press around it, you've noticed that they've kind of been pretty handsy with each
What's
other.
her name?
Her name's Vanessa Kirby. And they've been kind of handsy with each other. And it was funny. You actually thought they were dating.
So I saw a video of Pedro and Vanessa on the red carpet, I think. And they were taking pictures and he was behind her and he was holding her pregnant belly. And then I was like, oh, that must be the father of the child, because why would you be behind this woman holding the pregnant belly? Whoever the father of this woman's child is has to put hands on Pedro and on camera.
I don't think
y'all gotta get in the ring.
I think it's very clear because I was looking it up to kind of see like her marital status or whatever. And so she's a baby mama. Mm-hmm. She's not married. This is a white baby mama out here. So she does have a little bit level of autonomy that doesn't come, that is expected when you're a married woman.
Pedro Pascal is also married, isn't he?
I don't think so. When I looked it up, it said he wasn't married.
Okay, because
I think his sexuality, that's Vanessa.
Yeah, I'm showing you that. Like, that's crazy. That's not.
Oh, they was kind of close together, yeah.
That's not crazy. Is she in a relationship?
So, yeah, she's in a relationship with the guy, too.
Nah, he got to put hands on her.
He's a lacrosse player. Well, he was a lacrosse player. Now he's like an executive. But the story behind this is that he suffers from a level of anxiety. No, it's crazy. That was like a couple years ago. That he suffers from.
They been fucking. He been dipping in that.
But no, let me explain. He suffers. This is what he said. He suffers from anxiety, and having touch assists him in that process because when they're going out in front of all these people.
Why is it always the gorgeous blonde woman that's touching you that you touching?
To be fair, a lot of folks have put up pictures of him with men touching men and doing the same thing.
Okay.
In the same situation. So it is that be a man thing. But my problem is
how convenient is that?
That he gay?
Like you just a freaky ass nigga. And you just made this up so that people could feel on you. That's smart.
See,
because people aren't going to question you because you put mental illness behind it. See, then when people question you,
hold on. No. This is why I don't like. Because you sitting here trying to villainize this man. If you go and look
I try to villainize every man.
No, I'm not going to let it do you this time. Because if you go and look at these videos, she is initiating it. She is grabbing his hand. She is putting her hand near him. If you look at it, there's a lot of times where his hand is over here and she's grabbing his hand over there.
Aggressive.
That's what she's doing. It's wild. It is not this idea that it is just Pedro initiating with her is not the case. This is like the altruistic view of this. The altruistic way.
Because see the thing you're saying about him having anxiety and blah blah blah. He said Pascal when explaining their connection and how it's impacted him. Pascal shared we're always holding hands even when we're off carpet.
Okay,
alone.
Yeah, but he might have to kill Pedro.
He's fucking that lady.
You might have to take out Pedro. I'm gonna be honest.
This is from Yahoo Entertainment.
I'm gonna be honest. That is something why I would never want to be with like someone who's in a high profile lifestyle like that, because that's so embarrassing.
I think that we really see each other in ourselves in terms of our care for what we do, our care for one another, our mutual fears, and our mutual expectations.
Is Vanessa Kirby the next Blake Lively?
I don't know. I don't think she's big enough. Yeah, I don't even know who that lady is. This is her first movie for real. No, I've never seen this lady before.
She's been in some stuff though. Vanessa Kirby's been in
some stuff. They hunching.
I thought it was insane, but I just hate this idea of painting like he's just the only one who's initiating this. Like she clearly is ready.
Yeah, to be impregnated again. Who is Vanessa Kirby's partner? Vanessa Kirby is in a relationship with Paul Rabille,
former lacrosse player. And now he's like,
he got a wide chin. Nigga look like Thanos.
He look like he could beat up Pedro though.
He does look like he could put the paws on Pedro thoroughly.
See, I mean, I understand because it's like sometimes your girl will have like that friend that kind of look like he gay, but he really like not. Sometimes you got to take that nigga out, man. You got to hit that nigga in the face.
My best friend gay for real. Dick and booty ass nigga. Like
he's going to.
He's not.
He's not going to like that.
He literally is a gay man.
But he's not going to like that other phrase you called him.
He don't listen deep enough into the show to know that. Shem would have to tell him. Man, I would know. Maybe Bernard. Bernard would have to tell him too.
No, I was spaz. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm not going to hold you. I was spaz. Like being with a woman that high profile and having another man touching what you believe to be your child.
No, that picture was crazy. That's Pedro's baby. Like they have to get a DNA test after he held the baby's stomach like that.
It's not enough security.
I would never let a man hold my pregnant belly from the back like that when I'm impregnated with your child. If that's the case, I might as well let him raise the baby.
Might as well give it to him.
Right?
Give him the whole thing.
We're in agreement.
That's disgusting behavior.
Yeah.
What if I was like grabbing up a woman's pregnant body like that?
You might as well raise that child. That is your baby now.
I still get to keep you.
Huh?
Do I get to still keep you though?
No, I've told you multiple times that you like.
But that's not my baby for real though.
It don't matter. Why did you get behind this lady and press your dick against her booty and then grab her unborn child?
I thought it was fly.
That's much too intimate.
I thought that was fly.
Like you could. I don't mind if you in the front of the pregnant belly and you do one of these. You can do one of these.
I can't be like behind like
that.
No. I can't do that.
I might as well just bend over and spread my ass cheeks open for another man. It's the same thing.
That was not. No, it's
we'll
not.
agree to disagree.
No, it's not. It's player when I do that.
I love that.
What?
It's just like dramatic flair that I have now. Like, and I talk with my hands a lot, and now this is like an extension of my hand. This feels like a finger. I'm never not gonna have a fan. If you're not a fan of the fan, too bad.
Did you see the comments on the Nick Fuentes video where somebody was like, "Yeah, they got a gay flag,"
and you could suck a dick.
They were sucking Nick's dick in the video. In the comments. All right, that was pretty much all I wanted to get into. I wanted to discuss how I was upset with the way this woman was showing her autonomy. But she a baby mama, so I feel like she could do that. And I feel like we're not calling her a baby mama enough as a white woman. Like, she's not being treated like you thought she was married off top.
Yeah.
Think of her like a whore first.
Okay. She a baby, so she don't have a boyfriend or nothing.
She got a boyfriend. It's the nigga that got her pregnant.
Okay.
They ain't no relationship. You read that.
Okay.
Yeah,
you're right. You're right. She got a boyfriend.
But she a whore.
And let's not go that far now. Come on.
That's what they called a black woman who pregnant without the baby. They call it a whore. Where her husband?
That's not what I call a pregnant
I didn't say
single.
you.
No, yeah.
But I'm saying
let's relax.
I'm calling white women. I told you. I am now talking about other cultures the way they talk about us.
Okay, period.
So.
Pussy wasn't good enough to keep him.
She was married before though. Like she was married
to the man?
No, to somebody else. And then got divorced, got with this dude like a year later, and then got pregnant by him like, I want to say like 4 years later, because like it was 2019, I think they started dating.
Damn, you lowering your stock as a white woman. You need to move better than that, girl. A blonde white that's skinny too?
Actress, Hollywood, Marvel.
Do better, girl. I don't know.
You on the red carpet like a baby mama? Ew. That's disgusting.
All right, well. That's what you should have did with that baby.
Without the ring. That should have been the rule. Flush it. All right.
Sometimes even with the ring.
Oh, shit.
Sometimes even with the ring. Get rid of the baby.
They gonna think you talking about yourself.
No, not.
That's what they gonna say. That's what they gonna put two and two together. They gonna say that.
I mean,
we got weirdos who watch the show like that. Like they watching it and to find anything they can to make us look bad.
I would let y'all know, honestly. So I be making baby killing jokes all the time. I'd be like, flush that baby, but like I haven't, I haven't done that. I'm not opposed to it, but I haven't done that.
We might think about it.
not just think about it. We will, like it would happen if we needed to do it, but it hasn't needed to happen.
Just off the strength.
Yeah. We need to put that sound right after the baby sound. At this point, I have more outsiding to do.
Her outside escapades may never stop.
I'm a Sagittarius. Like,
look at the things that they do. All right, let's wrap the show up. She's starting to talk about her sign.
Yeah, my fan just broke and I fixed it. Did y'all see that?
They missed it. All right, well, let them know what they need to do, man.
Follow us on all of the social media at talk.fnf.tv on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If you're currently listening on YouTube, leave a like, comment, subscribe. And if you're listening on any of the streaming services, give us a download. Love you. Bye.